were small when you first looked up at the night sky, a child staring into endless darkness, wondering what was out there. And for just a moment, you felt it, that quiet, creeping fear, the realization that the universe doesn't end where your eyes stop seeing, that it keeps going and going. Now imagine knowing that for certain. Imagine staring into the abyss and realizing the abyss isn't staring back because it doesn't even know you exist. The universe is unimaginable in its scale. It stretches beyond what our minds can comprehend. Billions of galaxies swirling through an infinite void. Light itself takes millions, sometimes billions of years just to cross from one place to another. And compared to all that, you are nothing. Cosmic horror isn't just about monsters in the dark, it's about the terror of insignificance. The realization that the universe is not designed for us, that it operates by laws indifferent to human existence. No guiding hand, no safety net, just the vast, cold emptiness stretching forever. In this video, we'll uncover the horrifying reality of the universe's immensity. We'll explore the abyss above us, the sheer scale of creation, and what it means to live in a cosmos that does not care. Because the real horror is knowing you are truly alone in something so vast. Your existence is barely a whisper in eternity. In 1990, a spacecraft drifting billions of miles away turned its camera back toward Earth. The image it captured became one of the most haunting ever taken. The pale blue dot, there it was, our entire world. Every person who has ever lived, every war fought, every kingdom built, every story told. A single fragile flicker of light, suspended in the infinite black. At first it's humbling, beautiful even. But then, the realization sets in. That's all we are. A speck of dust floating through an endless abyss. And beyond that tiny dot, a universe so vast, so incomprehensibly large, that our entire history is nothing more than a momentary flash. It doesn't notice us. It doesn't care. We like to think of ourselves as important, that our wars, our art, our struggles have meaning, that we are part of some grand story where humanity plays a key role in the cosmos. But the universe has no story. It simply is. And in its endless, indifferent expansion, our existence barely registers. The scale is beyond imagination. The stars in our sky seem close, but they are separated by distances so unfathomable they might as well be unreachable. Beyond those stars stretch galaxies, each one larger than we can comprehend, filled with billions upon billions of solar systems. And no matter how deep we search into the void, we find nothing but an eternity of emptiness, a cold, unfeeling silence. The deeper we peer into the cosmos, the more unsettling the silence becomes. Scientists have searched for signals, for signs that somewhere, across these unthinkable distances, someone else exists. A whisper, a pattern, a single anomaly that tells us we are not alone. But all we have found is nothing. Why? Why does the universe feel empty? If there are countless galaxies, countless worlds, shouldn't it be teeming with life? Is it possible that we truly are alone? Or is there another possibility, one far more terrifying? The Bible speaks of our significance. He sits enthroned above the circle of the earth, and its people are like grasshoppers. Isaiah 40:22. But even grasshoppers exist within a teeming world, surrounded by others of their kind. We exist in something infinitely larger, and yet we hear nothing, we see nothing. The vastness stretches forever. The silence continues, unbroken. What if we are truly, utterly alone, or worse? What if we were never meant to be here at all? The human brain was never meant to comprehend infinity. We live our entire lives surrounded by things we can see, touch, and measure. Mountains, oceans, cities. We can conceptualize distances, a mile, 100 miles, 1,000. But what happens when numbers grow so large that they lose all meaning? Space warps our understanding of scale. It bends what we think we know about distance, time, and size into something unrecognizable. Start small. The Earth feels massive beneath our feet, stretching over vast landscapes and endless oceans. But from the edge of space, it becomes nothing more than a blue orb. From the moon's surface, it shrinks to the size of a marble, and from the neighboring planets, Earth is just another dot in the emptiness. But even the Earth, the world where every human has ever lived, is insignificant compared to the Sun, an ancient burning titan capable of swallowing 1 million Earths inside it. And yet, even the Sun is utterly minuscule in the grand scheme of things. A flicker of light in the glow of a galaxy filled with hundreds of billions of stars. Then there is the void between those stars. Immense, silent distances so large that we measure them in the speed of light, the fastest thing in existence, just to make them somewhat understandable. Even then, the distances feel impossible. To reach the nearest neighboring star, light itself takes years. To cross our own galaxy would take more time than the entire history of human civilization, and beyond that, space only expands further, swallowing everything in an ocean of nothingness. Galaxies become dust in the hands of the universe. The human mind struggles to hold on to something familiar, something that makes this infinite, shapeless scale feel real. But there is no frame of reference, no comparison that makes sense. Nothing to hold on to keep from tumbling into the growing abyss of comprehension. Think of it like a dream. You grasp at reality, but the more you try to hold it together, the less it makes sense. The universe is the same way. At some point, numbers stop meaning anything. Large no longer feels large. Far no longer feels distant. And in that moment, something unsettling happens. Your mind rejects it because the sheer vastness of it all is not meant to be understood. It is not meant to be held in human thought. It is beyond comprehension, beyond even fear. It is the unknowable. In its purest form, perhaps that is the real terror of the universe, not just its size, but the realization that no matter how much we learn, we will never truly grasp it. It's one thing to understand that the universe is vast. It's another thing entirely to internalize what that means. When you truly grasp the scale of it all, the immeasurable distances, the uncountable stars, the endless void, you start to feel something unsettling. A creeping, suffocating realization. You don't matter, not in the way you think you do. Every achievement in human history, every war, every discovery, every monument we've built exists on a single planet, orbiting a single star, overshadowed by the billions that surround it. The entire history of humanity is contained in a blink of cosmic time. One star goes out, another ignites, and we are forgotten. This is the essence of cosmic horror, not the fear of monsters or death, but the terror of knowing that nothing we do will leave a mark on the universe, that all our suffering, all our hopes, all our existence is meaningless on a cosmic scale, and that thought lingers. Some feel a sense of freedom in it. If nothing truly matters, then we can create our own meaning. But for others, the realization is crushing. It gnaws at the mind, whispering, unsettling thoughts late at night. Existential dread is not like other fears. It does not pass. It stays, growing stronger the more you try to ignore it. The fear of insignificance is older than we realize. Ancient civilizations looked at the night sky and built myths to bring meaning to the chaos. Gods, spirits, celestial beings, anything to give the stars a purpose, reason for existence, because to accept the alternative, that the universe simply is, without intent, without concern, was too much to bear. The Bible itself echoes this fear. What is man that you are mindful of him? The Son of Man that you care for him. Psalm 8:4. It is a question as old as time. If the universe is this vast, why would anything care about us? And that's where the horror deepens. Because the universe doesn't care. It doesn't notice our struggles. It doesn't mourn our losses. It won't stop expanding because we fear the dark. It is eternal, empty, indifferent, and for some, that is the most terrifying truth of all. Humanity was never meant to confront the void. Our ancestors looked up at the night sky and filled the emptiness with stories. The constellations became gods, heroes, omens, symbols of something greater watching over us. Because the alternative? The idea that the universe is simply there, indifferent and eternal. That was too much to comprehend. We crave meaning. We need to believe that our existence has a purpose, that we are part of something larger. But the more we learn about the universe, the harder that becomes. Science reveals a cosmos governed not by intention, but by physics. Stars do not shine for us. Galaxies do not form with purpose. The universe does not care. So where do we turn? Some cling to faith, believing that even if the universe is vast, someone or something designed it, that we are meant to be here, no matter how small we might seem. Others find solace in knowledge itself, arguing that our pursuit of discovery gives life meaning. And some, faced with the abyss, simply choose to look away. But there is another way of seeing it. The universe is cold, it is indifferent, but we are here. Against impossible odds, conscious life exists. In all the darkness, we are light. A brief flicker, shining in the void before it fades, and maybe that is enough. The philosopher Albert Camus wrote, "The struggle itself toward the heights is enough to fill a man's heart. One must imagine Sisyphus happy." Perhaps meaning is not something we find in the universe. Perhaps meaning is something we create for ourselves, in spite of it. Because even if the universe doesn't care about us, we can still choose to care about each other. The universe is infinite, cold, silent, and for as long as we have existed, we have been staring into its depths, searching for something, an answer, a purpose, a sign that we are not alone. But what if the real horror is not that we are alone, but that we are surrounded by nothing but emptiness? No hidden civilizations, no cosmic watchers, just silence stretching forever. And yet, we still look up. The vastness of the cosmos should render us insignificant. But somehow, the more we understand how small we are, the more we seem to matter. We are the only voices in the void, the only ones asking questions, the only ones struggling to understand. In a universe that creates and destroys without reason, we give things meaning. Perhaps that is our defiance against the infinite, that despite its indifference, we continue to wonder, to explore, to care. Ecclesiastes 3:11 says, "He has set eternity in the human heart, yet no one can fathom what God has done from beginning to end." Maybe we were never meant to understand the universe, only to witness it in awe. We may never find all the answers. We may never hear another voice in the dark, but still we listen, we search, because that is what it means to be human, to fear the unknown and chase it anyway.